Good morning, dear students. Namaste. This is me, Ramesh P. Adhikari, and I am your teacher, regular teacher from Roshi Secondary School. And today I am here to present video lecture, and today I am planning to teach you from the previous lesson. You know, my dear students, last week we had talked about an interview with a doctor. So today I am going to summarize here for the previous lesson, and then I move to some exercise section. So my dear students, I want to clear if you have any confusion regarding any doubt, any problem about the lesson. So let's see an interview with a doctor, and Mr. Joshi, he was the interviewer who took interview of Mr. Imran Ansari. And Imran Ansari is a doctor, especially pediatricians. Pediatricians means children's doctor, child's doctor. So the major topic issue of the interview is bird flu. Bird flu is the major topic or major issue of the interview, because the whole lesson is centralized on bird flu, symptoms, precautions, and its various aspects. So bird flu, my dear students, you know the term bird flu. Bird flu is a common term for avian influenza you had known in the previous class. So it's just like a flu, just like in Nepali, sardi, and then fever, joro, sardi. So it begins, major symptoms of bird flu was just like that. So it killed nearly 60% of infected people in the late 90s. In the late 90s, it killed nearly 60% of infected people. It spreads rapidly from bird to bird and transferred to human beings by close contact with birds or birds droppings. You know, birds dropping means solid waste matter from birds or animal. जनावरको चराचुरुङ्गीको दिशा वा सुलीहरूलाई हामी बर्ड्स ड्रपिङ, हामी यहाँ ड्रपिङ भन्छौँ, खास गरी बर्ड्स ड्रपिङ. And cleaning and plucking infected birds. Cleaning means while we caught the birds, we clean, we pull the feathers. So by doing so, human beings can be transferred for this disease. So, and even not fully eggs or chicken, if you are not eating fully cooked eggs and chickens, so we will get transmission, will get bird flu. So this virus, basically SFAV1 virus, is a major virus for bird flu. And if we are not doing so, if we are not doing any precautions, if you are going very close contact with poultry farms or butchers, then we can get or will catch bird flu. So this virus get inside our body and we will get infected. So my dear students, so you know, in previous class we discussed about the major symptoms of bird flu. In previous class we discussed about basically major symptoms. So what are the symptoms? You know, the symptoms are common symptoms, very common symptoms that begins with fever, and sometime cough, sore throat, means dry throat, muscle aches, and sometime in some patients diarrhea, and sometime eye infections, and so respiratory disease, that means breathing problems. So these are the major symptoms of bird flu. So we have to know the fact what are the major symptoms of bird flu. So bird flu is really deadly disease that kills us, that kills us. And you know, my dear students, there is no any medicine has so far been discovered. There is no any medicine has been, invented for this kind of disease. So this disease is just like a now present disease, coronavirus. Because coronavirus, there was no any kind of disease. And similarly, bird flu, still there was no exact medicine for bird flu. So this disease is really dangerous, and we have gone through detailed interview with Dr. and Imran Khan in our previous class. So now let's go to the precautions, carefulness, how we can be saved from this kind of disease, bird flu. So major precautions is just like similar to coronavirus, that you have to wash your hands frequently with soap and water. If you do not wash your hand with soap and water, then you may get infected. You may have suffered from bird flu. And another precautions or carefulness against bird flu is you have to avoid contact with poultry farm workers and butchers. Who are the butchers? Butchers are those people whose job, whose profession is to cut meat items, chicken item and sell. So those who are butchers and poultry farms, so you should not go near to them, and you should avoid close contact with them. You should not make physical contact with them. Then you have to you will be safe from bird flu. And another important thing is that you have to avoid distancing, just like in coronavirus, physical distancing. And another, just like in coronavirus, you have to use PPE. You know PPE, my dear students? PPE means personal protective equipment. What are they? For example, masks, face shield, gloves, and clothes, protective clothes. These are called PPE, and we should wear PPE to avoid such kind of infections, or to get safe from bird flu. So, my dear students, now I will go to the vocabulary section, glossary section, and then go to exercise section. So there are some words you have to know about the lesson, which are really difficult for you to pronounce and to get the meaning. So today I am going to describe some of the glossary, some of the words. Glossary, that means some difficult words from the lesson. So I have prepared some glossary, some words for your easy understanding. All right, my dear students, please look at board carefully. अनि हुन्छ अहिले थोरै लाउँछु ल टेप पनि दिइराख्नु त मलाई अर्कोलाई सोधिदिन्छ अब चाहिँ टेप लाउँछु यो टेप चाहिँ यो अर्कोचोटि अब यो पज गर्नु भएन ठिक छ ल So, my dear students, let's go to some glossary of difficult words from the lesson. Let's see. Pediatrician. Pediatrician. I told you already. Pediatrician means doctor for children. you know, the child doctor, child specialist doctor, that is called pediatrics or pediatrician. Then another word is pandemic. Pandemic means disease that spread over a whole country. A disease that spreads over a whole country, just like coronavirus. In Nepali, it is called Mahamari. In Nepali, it is called Mahamari. And number third is deadly. Deadly means causing death. So, person can die because of this virus. And another is migratory. Migratory means regular migration. It's a regular migration. And dropping. Droppings. Dropping means, I told you already, that solid waste matter of birds and animals. जनावरको दिशा अथवा चराचुरुङ्गीको सुली, we can say in Nepali. And plucking. Plucking means picking, okay, my dear students. Exact meaning of plucking is picking. But according to text, according to our book, the plucking means pulling birds' feathers. You know feathers? Pocket. Feathers, what you call in Nepali, feathers means birds covering beyond the body of birds. So, another word is contaminated. Contaminated means to make dirty or polluted. To make something dirty. कुनै कुरालाई प्रदूषित गर्नु, what we call in Nepali, my dear students. So, some of you may have difficulty in my English video class. So, sometime I'll tell you the exact word for Nepali so that you can easily understand. Another, see, my dear students, symptoms. Symptom means indication. Indication. In Nepali, we can say it lakshan. Then another word for it, for the glossary section, precautions. Precautions. The pronouns, you have to learn pronunciation. Precautions. So, what is the meaning of that? Precautions means something done in advance to avoid danger. Something done in advance to avoid danger. What we call in Nepali? It means in Nepali, सावधानी अपनाउनु, my dear students. And finally, frequently. Frequently means, you know, on the regular basis, नियमित रूपमा. In Nepal, you can say, on the regular basis, it is regularly. Frequently means regularly. So, my dear students, please note this glossary for your easy understanding and vocabulary power also. Please understand and please note that words. So that, and also please make sentences, meaningful sentences from these given words. So you will get good English command if you practice much. If you practice according to this vocabulary of every lesson, you have to note and you have to practice. Alright, now next I'll go to exercise section, and if you have book, please turn page number 28. Alright, my dear students, please turn page number 28. Question number 1. What is mentioned here? Enrich your vocabulary. You can see page number 28, question number 1. What do these words used in the text mean? So, what is the meaning of the word according to text or according to lesson or according to that textbook? So, number A, frequently. Frequently means you have just now I described in glossary section, you know, frequently means what? Regularly. You can see number second option is correct option. You have to choose the correct option. You have to note in your book or notebook that the second option is correct answer. So let's go to question B, deadly in Dr. 1. Deadly means there are still three options. See, related to dead, likely to cause death, age of dead ones. So, what will be the correct answer? We have also discussed this word on glossary section. So, the correct word is likely to cause death. Likely to cause death. And number C, migratory. The correct pronunciation, some of you can say migratory, that is not correct pronunciation, migratory. So, migratory means there are still three options. You have to choose the correct options. Number I is the correct option. You might have guessed, you might have already done. Having the habit of migration. And number 4, plucking. I told you in just before in glossary section, some of you already have known about the word. Plucking. Plucking means, exact meaning of plucking is picking. But according to text, that is not relevant. According to textbook or a lesson, plucking means here pulling the feathers off. So, we have to pulling the feathers, puak. So we have to pull it, okay? That is exact meaning of plucking. And we go to dropping. My dear students, droppings. Dr. Po, droppings. We have also discussed this word in glossary sections, what we discussed just before. So, dropping means, what do you think? Dropping means solid waste matter of birds. You can see question number E, option second is the right answer. You have already guessed, I think. And number F, pandemic. Pandemic, the word is also mentioned in glossary sections. So, pandemic means here disease that spreads over a whole area. Over a whole nation, that disease spreads. In just like coronavirus, in Nepal you can say Mahamari. So now my dear students, we'll have to go to the read and match. Question 2 you can see in your textbook. So, read and match. You have known the vocabulary, you have known some word glossary, difficult words glossary. So, based on your knowledge, based on your understanding, it's far you understood. Now it's time to matching the words with the meaning. In column A and column B, there are two columns, A and B. So, you have to match correctly. So now I am going to see there are still 5 questions. S5 and 1 you have to match the correct. Second one, bird flu. Third one, no effective medicine. Fourth one, fever. And 5, avoid contact with infected poultry. So these are the words that is mentioned in your textbook and page number 28. So now you guess some time. And I'll see how much you have done so far, what you have done so far, and what is your whether you have done correct answer or not. Let me check it now. So I have mentioned the answer here, whether you have done correctly or not. See, S5 and 1. S5 and 1 is a type of, a class of virus, name of virus, okay, that causes bird flu. You can see is a strain of virus. And if you see the book, in book you can see number IV. Number IV is the correct answer. In book, number IV is the correct answer. Second one, bird flu. Bird flu is just like a common name, common term for avian influenza. So, is a common name of avian influenza. So, this is also in the book, and you can see number B is matched with number B in opposite column B. And number C, no effective medicine. What will be the right answer? Is available for the flu. So, there is no medicine for bird flu. So, the correct option is second in column B, II. You can see second option is correct. Then go to fever. Fever. What is fever? In terms of bird flu. In terms of bird flu, what is the significance of fever? Fever is one of the symptoms, my dear students. You can see is one of the symptoms of bird flu. Fever. Fever is one of the symptoms of bird flu, and that is in third in column B. And now last question number E. Avoid contact with infected poultry. So we should not go close to poultry farm or poultry farm workers. We should not go near there. We have to avoid. We should not make a physical contact. And what will be the right matching? The right matching is one of the precautions. Okay, it is one of the precautions. What you can say in Nepali, you have already known. I have repeated several times. Precautions means here, sabdhani. So, my dear students, you have matched according to this, and I hope your guess is correct. I hope you have already matched by reading the lesson. So now it's time for true and false. My dear students, please turn your book and page number 29. And we need to go through the detailed of true false that is mentioned in the book also. Read the interview again and decide whether the following sentences are true or false. Okay, bird flu is as lethal as humans. Bird flu is not as lethal to humans as the birds. So, bird flu is not dangerous to human. That means not deadly to human. Lethal means here not deadly to human. What do you think? Is it true or false? Is it bird flu dangerous to human being or not? Yes, it is dangerous to human being. It is deadly to human being. But the question says that it is not deadly. It is not dangerous. It is not lethal. So it is not relevant. That is why it is a false. The first one is false. Second one, please check your book and read that. Nearly 60% of the total death in the world have been caused by the bird flu. Yes, during the late 90s, among the 60% of infected people have been killed. So that is according to text. So we can say number B is true. Number C, during 2011, Nepal had only the shadows of infected birds. So not only shadow, my dear students, there were some cases in Nepal of bird flu. Some people also get sick in Nepal during that time because of bird flu. So in number C says that there is only shadow. No, there is not only shadow, but there was real cases of bird flu in that time. And question number D, consumption of well-cooked chicken does not transmit H5N1 virus to humans. Yes, H5N1 virus means bird flu. So if we eat fully cooked chickens, then we will not get suffer from bird flu. So that means number D is correct. All kinds of fever blended with sore throat are not the symptoms of bird flu. Number E. So, all kind of fever blended with sore throats are not the symptoms of bird flu. No, sorry, that is not right. So, it is false. If you have fever with sore throat, then there may be the symptoms of bird flu. My dear students, you have to understand, if you have fever with sore throat, then you are likely to suffer from bird flu. So that is false. So number 6, PPE. PPE as mentioned in the interview should be used while consuming poultry. If you are using PPE while handling, while going, while meeting people with poultry farm workers, you should wear PPE. That is correct. If we use PPE, then we will not suffer from bird flu. So my dear students, we have discussed today vocabulary, matching, true false. Now I discuss a little bit question answer, and I'll give homework to you to do more. So I can describe some few questions. There are altogether 5 questions in your textbook. So I'll describe some few questions and remaining for your homework. So let's see. Number 4, read and answer. There are 5 questions, my dear students. Now let me describe all these questions so that you will understand. Number A, what is bird flu? When was it first detected among humans? So what is bird flu? Bird flu is a common term, common name for avian influenza. We have discussed in the very first of the interview, in the beginning of interview, my dear students. Now please note that in your exercise book. Bird flu is what? A very common term for avian influenza. And it is a strain of S5N1 virus. And when it was discovered, it was first detected among humans in the late 90s. That means in the late 90s it was first detected. Please, it was first detected in the late 90s. Now you have to note that. Okay, let's go to the question B. Who are most prone to get bird flu virus according to the doctor? Who are likely to suffer? Who are very maximum chances to suffer? Those people who are working as butcher and those people who are working as poultry farm workers are prone to get bird flu virus. So the answer is butchers and poultry farm So butchers and poultry farm workers are prone to get bird flu virus. Please note that. And question number C. Mention any 2 possible ways women get infected by the avian influenza. What are the 2 possible ways that we get infected bird flu? There are 2. What are they? One is close contact, and another is close contact with the birds, or another is cleaning and plucking the infected birds. Okay, question number D and E for your homework. Please do it, and we can also discuss a little bit in next class. So my dear students, what do you think today's class? If you have any comment, if you have any feedback, please mention in our YouTube page, also in our comment sections, and that will be helpful for me to improve more. So thank you for today's class. Namaste.